If you will need to give an advice to people who are watching this video from overseas and wants to come to study in the university in Auckland, what you will tell them?
Save as much as you can. Save everything before coming to university.
Muy buenos días, estamos aquí en la Universidad de Auckland, Nueva Zelanda. El día de hoy tenemos algunas historias diferentes que mostrar para los estudiantes en Nueva Zelanda, así que vamos a tomar otra.
1 hour later.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Bienvenidos a un nuevo videíto de entrevistas. Nuevamente salimos ahora a la Universidad de Auckland para preguntar a los estudiantes qué es lo que esperan hacer de su vida después de la universidad y si más o menos se les ha hecho caro el estar estudiando aquí en Auckland University. Entonces vamos a platicar tantito con ellos, vamos a conocerlos, vamos a ver qué tan buena vibra son. Acompáñame, viejo. Me vine para una callecita, un callejoncito donde, según me dijeron, puedo encontrar varios estudiantes. Voy a ver si es cierto o no. Por lo que veo, sí hay varios estudiantes que nomás andan ahí echando el cotorreo y todo ese show. Ahora, mi camarógrafo no vino, soy nada más yo. Y pues voy a ver qué show. What do you think about the cost living in New Zealand? Do you think it's very high for a student?
It's definitely high on the high end, for sure. I feel like some of the costs for students are a lot like unnecessarily expensive in a way. Like obviously we have like costs like uni textbooks and stuff like that, and I think with it being so expensive and like just being expensive overall, it's just hard for a student to like live or like come by at least, like, you know, meeting ends meet in a way as a student.
Nah, I don't work, but I think it's pretty rough. I don't have too many expenses, but the trains are pretty expensive. I don't know how much it would be a month, but like, yeah, it's pretty rough. Definitely
more than 1K in Auckland, yeah.
Maybe 4K per month?
Yeah, I would say just to come by, like to live as a stable student, yeah.
What are your expenses at the moment? Rent, food, transport?
Yeah, rent, food, transport, just all that. I mean, gas is pretty expensive, you know. Got to pay like $80 to $100 per week on gas.
So you will say 350 in total per week?
Yeah, around that.
I would say roughly the same. So yeah, gas, rent, food, and then like car payments, all of that kind of stuff does come out like 300 to 400 a week.
It's pretty difficult, especially with like transport, because that is very expensive. And then other costs, like just also food costs, it's very expensive. Also course costs are quite a lot as well. So it does, it adds up quite a lot. So like he said, it's pretty hard to save. But I mean, I feel like as long as you have a job and like you have a stable income, which is pretty hard in this economy as well right now.
For me, my expenses are about 300 a week, 350 a week.
I actually stay at halls on scholarship, so I don't spend any.
I spend like 50 a week on transport, but then I also pay 200 for board to my parents.
It's extremely expensive. I'm sitting at $0 right now, and I work about 15 hours a week. And I don't have money to eat food right now, so it's very expensive.
Probably like 200 maybe.
200 per week. And do you live with family or flats?
I live in halls, so that's about $4.90 a week.
Do you live by yourself or you have flatmates?
I stay at home, so I have to travel. So like public transport is like expensive. So like for a week to travel here is like usually like $50 a week. So that's like counting like in a semester like 12, so that's like more than like I would say 1K in a way, like more than that, like at least for like a sem in a way, which is like obviously expensive considering it used to be much cheaper for like public transport and stuff like that. So yeah.
At the moment, do you pay rent or are you living with family?
I live with my family, so I don't pay rent or anything.
So I'm fortunate enough to live at home for free. Like I don't pay board or anything, but transport I pay about $50 a week. That's just to get the train from West Auckland to uni, and then car maybe $10 a week for all the insurance and that kind of thing. Yeah, like I said, I live at home, so that's about it.
Well, I'm not working, so I'm flatting. I'm not living in halls, so that's also quite expensive, but like flatting isn't as expensive as halls, and I live like 10 minutes from the city, so I don't have to pay for public transport and stuff, which is quite fortunate. Yeah, but I'd say it's still pretty much expensive, to be honest, because I think Auckland in general is a pretty expensive place. Obviously, you'd have to if you're not living in halls, you'd have to consider getting groceries and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then the money that you also spend on your uni stuff, like your lab manuals and all that kind of stuff. So
I do live with family. I do pay rent though, so about 100 a week.
And do you live with flatmates or family?
I live with my family and there's still no money.
Wow,
Yeah, I live with family too, yeah.
And it has been difficult for you as well, even if you work, or you manage better?
It's hard for me to save money. Like I feel like uni is too expensive. Like I spend money too casually here, so it's really hard to save money here.
I'm living with my parents. I'm still at home, but I would say like probably $100 a week.
$100. And do you still having some money for socialize and fun during the weekends?
Yeah, a little bit. It's like pretty tough though. Like everything's really expensive.
I mean, public transport's pretty cheap, but I think it's, generally speaking, it's food. Food's hella expensive in this country, man. Like, if you want to eat out, you're going to spend on average like 20 to 30 bucks.
Food, because the food in halls is really bad. It's like a thing. It's just hard eating that all the time because you just get so hungry.
Yeah, probably food, and especially the places around here, like it's $15, $20 for lunch, so it's really expensive.
Yeah, at least a meal, the cheapest 20, or unless you want a pie or something.
I would say, yeah, food has definitely got to be one of the most expensive things, and especially like even if you're making food at home, to buy groceries and to make your own like pre-packed food is at least $100 a week to like sustain for you and like maybe like other people, like if you're with family. So like $100 is like roughly what you'd be spending at home just to make food to get through the week.
Ahora que hemos estado preguntándole a los estudiantes, noto que ellos son más participativos, son como más relajadones, a comparación de esa vibra de la ciudad en el mundo laboral. Ya en la realidad ya como que se les baja la energía, ya como que decaen, pero los estudiantes tienen una buena vibra. No todos, obviamente, algunos que también ya desde chicos ya andan ahí medio bajoneados, pero sí, los estudiantes traen buena vibra siempre. Do you guys have any plan to work in maybe next year or in the future, in the couple next months, or you will just wait until you finish university and then you will have a look for the job?
This semester I'm quite busy, but I think I would like to get a job just so I can save up some extra money while I'm studying, because I do get the student loan money of like $300 a week.
Oh, you have a student loan? Nice.
Yeah, but you know, you do have to pay that back, so I spend it wisely. So yeah, I'd like a job, and I think, but I'm not actively looking for one right now because can't be bothered, you know. I'm pretty busy this semester.
The good thing is you're living with family, so it helps
definitely.
a lot, definitely.
Yeah, I'm also like quite busy this semester, so I think I'm going to be looking for a job maybe next year if it gets a little easier. But at the moment, I'm also on the student loan as well, but I do have to pay that back. So yeah.
Any plan to move to another country after university, or you'll keep the plan for Auckland or New Zealand?
I think I'll probably end up moving somewhere, maybe England or Australia or somewhere. I don't think I'm going to stay in New Zealand just because of the job I want. I don't think there's many opportunities here.
I don't really see myself staying in New Zealand after I finish studying, but I mean, you never know at this point. I'll see what happens.
Which career are you studying?
Oh, we're doing a Bachelor of Law and Arts, majoring in Pacific Studies and Criminology.
Law and Arts. Oh, nice.
First year right now, but our degree is 5 years, so we still have 4 years left.
Once you finish, do you have any specific plan? Would you like to work in New Zealand, or are you looking to move over to overseas?
I'd prefer to work overseas, I think, but I think just getting experience here first would be valuable to our careers.
Yeah, local experience a little bit, maybe a couple years, and then you move.
Yeah, I'm looking to do the same thing. Hopefully gain 2 years of experience here and then move overseas.
Which country you're like tempted?
I'm not sure. Maybe Australia.
Do you think food is expensive in New Zealand?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
Do you have any plans after you finish uni? Do you want to keep working in New Zealand, or are you looking for overseas?
Well, first we want to go on an overseas trip to Europe and US, but we don't have money for that. I want to move out maybe because like there's not as many opportunities here. It's very expensive. I don't feel like you get what you pay for in New Zealand.
What are you studying?
Finance and accounting.
I'm studying accounting and finance too, like him.
Do you work or you just study?
I have a part-time job at H&M as well, so I work 12 hours a week as well.
H&M in the city, I can imagine.
Not in the Newmarket.
Newmarket. And do you live with your family or flatmates? Once you finish university in 5 years, what's the plan after? Are you looking to work in New Zealand or overseas?
I would say either probably studying while I go into postgraduate and masters, and then I'd like to do the overseas ideally, but I'm unsure.
I just want to get a job, so if I don't get a job like straight after I graduate, I'm probably just going to go to the UK.
To the UK?
Yeah, find something. I feel like London's more expensive, so that doesn't really make sense, but more opportunities.
After you finish school, do you have any plans to go overseas, or do you want to stay in New Zealand?
I mean, definitely Australia's the move, right? Everything's better in Australia. But, I mean, I love New Zealand, you know, but it's more, I don't know, I think we have a population problem as well. Our population's getting older, not many young people. A lot of people going to Australia to seek opportunities. I've heard that the pay is about 30% more and cost of living is about 15% less. You know, our gas prices peak at like $2.60. Their gas prices peak at like $1.60, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I mean, Australia's basically like a bigger New Zealand, more resources.
Yeah, the market is so like definitely big, and competition, the pay raise, everything.
I think definitely just get that student loan gone as soon as possible, so that we can leave New Zealand is like honestly the plan, because right now it's just not seeming as like positive future-wise than it is to like leave the country itself. And I feel like there's just so much more opportunity overseas for like us to grow as people, make money. There's just a better economy, easier to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that this country is like environmentally focused, but we also need to put out a lot of economic moves so we can actually sustain ourselves as a people. And yeah, I mean, I admire like our student loan process though, like how we have no interest unlike America and stuff. I mean, that's valid, and we do have a pretty good education here, so that's a good thing about New Zealand.
What's the plan after you finish uni?
A job, I guess. Any job will do.
In New Zealand, or are you looking for overseas?
Anywhere. They'll give you a job.
Anywhere. You're happy with anything?
Business and law.
Business and law. Are you working?
Yeah, I currently work maybe 12 to 15 hours a week in retail.
I see, man. And what about the cost living? Do you think it's tough in Auckland, or you can manage? If you will need to give an advice to people who are watching this video from overseas and wants to come to study in the university in Auckland, what you will tell them?
Save as much as you can. Save everything before coming to university. It's really hard to find a job too, so getting an additional income would be really hard on top of that.
Yeah, probably same. Like getting a job around class times is really hard, so yeah, saving. And
what will be one of those 3 advices, like in short sentence?
I can go first. Well, you'll have to work incredibly hard, get a part-time job, be good at actually managing your money, because I don't think any of us, except for maybe him, are very good at that. So you have to do some cost budgeting, you have to work a decent bit, and you have to be prepared for some hustle. It's a good experience, still very good experience, great university, but yeah, it comes at a cost. So yeah, you just have to keep that in mind.
So hard, definitely find a specific job that need to be very good, and save a lot. Por lo que hemos visto, viejos, en todas las entrevistillas, bueno, en casi todas, mucha gente está diciendo que la comida es una de las cosas más costosas aquí en Auckland, o siendo estudiante. Entonces, para mucha gente que quiere venir para Nueva Zelanda a estudiar con una visa de estudiante, consideren mucho ese tema del costo de vida. Vénganse con un buen guardadito y consideren obviamente trabajar, no nada más estudiar. Si pueden tratar de conseguir un trabajo de medio tiempo o algo así, porque por lo que veo, mucha gente aún así trabajando, viviendo con familia, aún así se les dificulta el tema del costo de la comida. Ahorita platicando y viendo diferentes estudiantes me trae muchos recuerdos cuando estudiaba en la universidad allá en el Estado de México. Muy buenos recuerdos aquellos, buenos años. Y bueno, amigos, ya con esto terminamos el video. Muchísimas gracias por ver el videíto. Comenten desde dónde nos están viendo y si es caro o no es caro, por ejemplo, estudiar en la universidad en donde me están viendo. Yo que me acuerdo cuando estudié en la universidad en el Estado de México, pues estaba trabajando de tiempo completo y apenas me alcanzaba para la colegiatura. Entonces sí es un tema eso. Me da gusto que mucha gente esté estudiando y trabajando al mismo tiempo, porque es la mejor manera en la cual puedes agarrar experiencia y en la cual te vas desenvolviendo como persona. Entonces les agradezco por ver el videíto y nos estamos viendo un próximo video, viejos.